Hello and welcome back to my channel. Be anything but predictable. I don't want to be predictable, I want to be me. And I think I've been really predictable this week because I've reverted to type, I've reverted back to my old self. I've done all the things I used to do, made all the choices I used to make, and I'm paying for it. And yeah, I'm actually coming back from group feeling quite motivated because we had a standing consultant, and I don't usually find her particularly inspiring, but that's me, not her. But I actually did this morning because sometimes it just happens. You know, seasons and reasons, and things happen at the right time. The topic of conversation in group this morning was very much about choices, and spoke to me so clearly because I have been making totally wrong choices. I knew I was doing it, didn't want to stop, felt, I don't know what the word is, belligerent, awkward, angry, anxious, self-righteous, all of those things. Just didn't want to do this. And when I say that, you know, my food has been fine, I mean, like, when I've eaten at meal times it's been fine, but my evenings have been hell, and it was all self-inflicted. So my result this week, and I'll come straight to that, was a gain of 3.5 pounds. I still think I'm lucky to get away with that. I think I deserved more, and if I'm not careful it'll come back and bite me on the arse next week. Right, yeah, so it's funny, I was looking for some motivation surfing around YouTube and everything, and I think there must be something in the air at the moment because a lot of people that I respect on Plan are struggling and gaining and battling with Target, and all the things that I'm doing, I'm not unique. Talking to a lady in group this morning, specifically saying, a lady I was sitting with, and she's a Target member. Well, she's like me, she's just out the top of Target. We were actually conferring about the fact that in a fortnight it is the Diamond Members Award, and unless we get our backsides in gear, neither of us are going to be in it. Well, in fact, there was 3 of us saying we won't be in it because you've got to be in Target, and it's like we won't be unless we actually do something about it. And this lady has been at Target for a couple of years, and she said, I actually find it hard to be at Target. I never found it hard losing weight on the plan, but I actually find the mental attitude of keeping my head space right is much harder at Target, because that little voice in your head says, you've done the weight loss, you can have this. You've done the weight loss, you can choose that. Of course you can get away with it. Of course you deserve to have it. Of course you can choose to have something bad as long as you don't do it every day. And I think for me, because I didn't get to Target until I was 59, and all those bad habits were really, really well in place, and I finally broke a lot of those habits to get to Target and to stay at Target for 3.5 years, because I was at Target 3.5 years, about 3 weeks ago. I'm now realising that I need to do what I have to do on Plan to stay at Target and not be drifting back into just silly habits, making silly choices, being compulsive. I've been very compulsive this week, I've been very obsessive this week, I've been very lazy this week. All of those things go hand in hand, they start creeping in. I'm conscious that, you know, even like down to the housework and stuff, I've been doing it this week, but I've been doing it reluctantly and having to make myself do it. Whereas when I'm on Plan and I'm feeling good and I'm feeling energetic, all of those things become easy. We've walked quite a bit this week, haven't we, Joe?
Yeah, loads.
Loads. I reckon 80, 100,000 steps probably. Uphill, most of it. I mean, we've climbed every big hill near where we live because Joe's going to go back to work next week and he's getting himself back into shape a bit, and well, not that he's been out of shape, but you know what I mean, so he can actually go walking now, he's off his crutches and everything. And we have walked miles this week, but a lot of it has been me moaning, hasn't it?
Yeah, I have to get you to do it sometimes.
I don't want to go up that hill. And we'll set off and we'll go up the big hill over here. And when we get to the top of that hill, we can turn left and go up a big hill to a Mormon church. Or we can turn right and go down a hill, round the corner, up another hill. And Joe likes to do the lot. He's like, well, if we go up there, then down there, round there, back up there. And I'm like, can't we just go straight up the road? I don't, and I'm a whiner. I really am. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I wish I hadn't come. I don't want to walk up another hill. Aren't I, Joe?
Yeah, but you always thank me for it afterwards.
I do. And we walked up to the cemetery yesterday because it's the anniversary of a friend's death today. So we walked up the cemetery yesterday, and that is a hill like that. And we got to, there was a big funeral going on at the time, and a lot of people there. So we just walked up, and before I knew it, I thought, we're going downhill. And I said to him, but we didn't get all the way to Mike's grave. And he went, we did. No, because there were a lot of people around, we didn't stop a long time. But we're now on our way back down. And I thought, well, bugger me. I never even noticed going up. So I am reasonably fit in my walking and everything. I don't puff and pant my way up hills. I'm okay with that, aren't I?
Yeah, you're good.
But it's that mental attitude of, I don't want to do this. I'm like a child, I want to stamp my foot and go, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But he's right, I do always think
you're bullying me.
Oh, you're bullying me, that's another one. You're bullying me, it's not fair. And he's like, you see, I can't just walk away. I can't just go, sod you, I'm not going up that hill and walk away because I need him to find my way home again. Because I don't use a long cane, a white stick or a guide dog or anything, I use Joe. So I have to stick with him, and believe me, if he can make a long walk longer, he does, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a bugger for it.
It is a bugger for it. If he can turn a 3-mile walk into a 6-mile walk, he will. So, and that's good because it makes me do it. And I am always grateful afterwards, and I always do feel better for it afterwards. But a lot of the stuff I've been doing this week, I don't feel better for afterwards. So it's been a case of I am fine all day. Not a problem with food all day. But once it gets to the evening, I want chocolate, I want cake, I want crisps, I want all the things that I didn't eat for 3.5 years. And it's not because I deprived myself for 3.5 years, it's because I'm better off without them. And we're talking in group this morning, and a lot of people were saying, you know, they can just have a packet of Freddos in this cupboard, a packet of French fries or Quavers in this cupboard, and 2 months later they've still got 3 Freddos and 5 packets of French fries. I can't do that. I know I can't do that. I'm not even going to white knuckle it. If I've got a packet of Freddos in that cupboard, they will be gone today. If I've got a multi-pack of Quavers in that cupboard, or French, no, I don't like those, but you know what I mean, a multi-pack of anything. I am an all or nothing person. I can buy a bar of chocolate. I never buy a bar of chocolate. It's always 2, 3, 4 bars of chocolate, plus a packet of Snicker Bites, plus something else, because I am greedy. And the daftest thing I found this week, I start the evening with my pile of goodies, but I'm not hungry, right, okay? So I know it's compulsive eating. So I start the evening with my pile of goodies, and I've got them all set up, ready in the order I'm going to eat them in, and I eat the lot. And I'm a fast eater in that regard. But you know, when I get to the end of it, I am hungry. Where's the sense in that? I've probably just eaten 3,000, 4,000 calories, maybe more. But by the end of it, I'm hungry because much wants more, and sugar sets me off. And it's sugar, again, that's my problem. So I learn about myself. What I did last Saturday, which was really dumb, is I came back from group with a 2.5 pound loss, feeling great, yeah? Physically feeling great. Mentally I was still a bit pants, but in the evening I managed to persuade Joe that we needed to go for a walk, which ended at Asda. Then I'm down the chocolate aisle, then I'm choosing, I want this, I want this, I want this. It's no good him arguing with me because that would make me worse. So I'm going to have this, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have this. And my thinking was, it's weigh day, I can have a treat. Bullshit. I can't, not if I want to stay slim. And I'm talking to people in group this morning who choose to do that. And do you know what struck me? None of them are Target members, and most of them are in their own honest admission, are way off target, a long way off target. And some of those people have been going to group longer than I have. That's their business, that's their journey. But I don't want to be in that place. So I tell myself, it's way day. I can have a day off. This is going to be my grand finale. I wish. Sunday, same again. I don't want to stop. I'm being a Mardy bum. I don't want to stop. Why should I stop? And that's gone on all week. Sunday I told myself, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. You can have what you like today. Monday's the actual start to the week. You've got 5 days to pull it back. I don't like that phrase. Pull it back from what? What does that mean? I'm not pulling it back from anywhere. I'm either on this journey to lose weight, maintain weight or gain weight. Pulling it back is not an option for me. Pulling it back for me is going from binge eating or overeating into diet mentality. That don't work. That's why I've gained 3.5 pounds this week, because my head is in compulsive obsessive mode. And if I'm not careful, it'll then go into diet mode. So I've got to come away from group today and say to myself, after the good talk that we had and the image therapy that we had, it starts here. The book stops here. The plan starts here. And if you can't do it for 7 days, Jane, then there's something wrong with you. I used to find this so easy, until I let the crap creep back in. And I've made it hard for myself. Nobody's made it hard for me. I have no excuses to share with you that are valid excuses. I could give you a few that were out and out lies or a load of crap. But I have no reasons, shall we say, rather than excuses. I have no good reason why I've done this week, other than I chose to. 3.5 pounds on, and how do I feel about that? Pretty cross with myself, because not only am I 4.5 pounds out of the top of my target, but I've gone 0.5 pound over the 9 stone 7, the 9.5 stone mark, which was something I promised myself I wouldn't do. And it's, that's life. Yeah, okay. But it doesn't have to be, does it? It's not, what do we say? It is what it is. But it doesn't have to be. It can be different. And I want to go back to being the person on this plan that I was, 6 months ago, 3 months ago. I could say, well, Joe's been off work for 8 weeks and that's made my life hard and everything. That's not true. Can't put the onus on Joe. He hasn't force-fed me anything, have you? In fact, he's the one who's like, well, you can have one of my cookies, but I really would have liked to have had it. And he doesn't make me do anything I don't want to do. In fact, he's the best support you could have if you want to be on any kind of plan, because he's disciplined and he's motivational. And I'm not going to blame him. I'm not going to say, oh, Joe's had surgery and I've been anxious and all that. That's not the case. The case is, it's totally down to what I have been choosing to do. Nobody's fault but my own. Nobody takes responsibility for this but me. I take it on the chin. I deserve those 3.5 pounds. In fact, I probably deserve it to be more like 7. But I'm back on plan. Now, something that was said to me a week or so ago, which I've been mulling over and over in my head, I've actually come to a place where I think I was trying to use it as an excuse. I'm not going to say I've eaten over this, because I don't think I have. But a lovely, lovely lady, a lovely, lovely friend said to me, you don't need, because I was saying about having put weight on, £2, then lost 2.5. And I was saying, I'm really conscious at the moment that my weight is tending to the up rather than the down. And this lovely friend said to me, you don't look any different. You could gain a stone and you wouldn't look any different. But you need to be really careful, because when you go below 9 stone, you look like you've been sucking 2 lemons. Right. By that you mean? And she said, like, your cheeks going. Become a bit hollow here. Because I've got very strong cheekbones, which is a good thing because I have no wrinkles around my eyes. But consequently, I can look a bit thin. I think the word you used was gaunt, wasn't it, Joe? You can look a bit gaunt in the face. And Joe said to me when I was talking to him about it earlier in the week, actually, Mum, you know, around the 9 to 9.3, you do have a bit more colour in your face and you do look good. That's what you meant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, to say to somebody something about their appearance, I mean, this friend and I have been friends for donkey's years, but to say to somebody something about their appearance when you know they can't, I don't think it even enters somebody's head. But what it was, for somebody telling me how I looked, when I can't judge myself in a mirror, it makes me feel inadequate. I think that's the word. I always remember when I lost a lot of weight once, I went on a Lipotrim diet, one of these liquid diets, through the doctor, and I lost about 8 stone in 7 months. And somebody stopped my husband in Asda and said, has Jane got cancer? Because she's gone so thin so quickly and she looks so ill in her face. And then another friend described me as having a moon face. If you turned me sideways, I've got a sticky out chin and apparently I look like half a moon. And all of these things, when you can't see yourself in the mirror, make you want to walk around with a brown paper bag over your head. And I don't think when we say things to people, even when we say it with love, we stop and think about the consequences. I'm not blaming what my friend said for what I've eaten this week. The two things were not connected. I haven't been eating over her hurting my feelings or anything like that. But it's still there at the back of my mind, and I'm doing this thinking, well, my face is not thin now, maybe. But the bottom line is, I am so much more comfortable physically, mentally, spiritually at about 9 stone than I am standing here today at 9.5 stone, my cardigan on. Because I did not want to come on camera today with that cardigan on. I didn't want to. I didn't want to go walking yesterday. This is my bra showing. I didn't want to go walking yesterday without my jacket on, did I, Joe?
No.
And it wasn't until I got right to the top of the hill that I actually took my jacket off. Now, I don't know if any of you have been with me a long time, if any of you would remember me saying way back, I always wore a cardigan. When I was a size 26, I thought I could hide inside a cardigan and look a size 12. Now I'm a size 12. Why am I wanting to wear a cardigan? Why am I wanting to keep my jacket on when I'm out walking? I'll tell you why. Because I didn't feel comfortable in my own body. My God, what am I doing? I'm playing with fire and I'm going to get burned. Because I'm actually standing here today. I've got size 10 jeans on, and I'll tell you honestly why. Because going to group this morning, I could not comfortably fit into my size 8 weighing trousers. And I thought, bloody hell, you can feel the difference when you've not worn something for a week. So I thought, put a pair of jeans on. I thought, you are not putting on size 12 jeans. You're not. So I chucked the size 12 jeans in the wash basket so I couldn't wear them and put on a pair of size 10s. And I'm keeping this pair of size 10 jeans on all day, even if I feel uncomfortable, because I need to keep reminding myself where I want to be. It's no good reverting to my size 12 jeans and saying, oh, these are okay, these are okay. That means I've got 7, 8, 9 pairs of jeans in the wardrobe I won't be wearing because the one pair of size 12s I've got are okay. It's not okay. It's not okay for me to go out on a glorious day like today and put my cardigan on. It's not okay for me to go out on a beautiful afternoon like yesterday in a black jacket. That's the old me. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm back. I'm back on plan. I'm back on track. And I bloody well will do it because I bloody well want to. I love this plan. I'm not going to criticise the plan. I'm not going to criticise Slimming World. But I'm going to stand here today and criticise myself for making really poor choices. So that's it. Oh, I'm going forward. I'm going to do extra easy because I don't do SP. I'm just going to stick to plan. That's all I need to do. I don't need to diet. I don't need to pull it back. I don't need to step over any invisible line. I don't need to blame anybody but myself. I just need to take ownership of it and change it. So that's what I'm going to do from now. Not from tomorrow, not from Monday, from now. I'm back on it, and we're going to go shopping in a bit, aren't we?
Yep.
So I will be doing an on-plan shop, but buying myself some of the luxurious things I really enjoy. Instead of going into Asda most days and spending the best part of 20 quid on chocolate. And I'm not exaggerating. £20 worth of chocolate is nothing to me. Well, nothing except £3.5 on my backside. Anyway, thank you for everybody who commented last week even. Thank you for everybody who comments this week. Thank you for all the love and the support and the encouragement that I get on my channel, because it keeps me going. And I had a few texts with a lovely friend in Scotland this morning, and she got me back on track. Thanks, Irene. Okay, we'll see you next Saturday. Have a good week, and remember, it works if you work it. It won't if you don't. Cheers.